My name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Let's leave that alone, okay? I'm gonna leave that alone. Now we're focusing on Amber Heard hashtag that was trending because of the Blake Lively situation. And all of a sudden, I guess she's trying to, I don't know if, whatever. She was trending. That's all I know. And I've already explained my part on the last video when I wasn't fully aware of the situation with Blake Lively. Now I understand. So when I saw it was trending, I wanted to see what other people were thinking. Did they buy the nonsense as if she's innocent? Apparently not so. People remember. And this is why Johnny Depp wanted it to be televised. Amber Heard, the woman who made it more difficult for genuine victims to come forward and be believed, turned innocent until proven guilty into a joke, profited from false accusation, abused multiple people, and still walks free. F you and the irreparable damage you've done. Okay, so this is part of the court that happened. 35 seconds screenshots, okay?
And I told you that. I said, oh my god, I thought the first time.
Amber, I lost a fucking finger, man. Come on. I had a mineral can of mineral spirits thrown at my nose.
You can please tell people that it was
Oh my God.
and see what the jury and judge think.
Ugh.
Tell them Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, man, I'm a victim of people's domestic violence, and
Yes.
I know it's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or side with you.
Okay, so it's playing again. People remember. Yep, thankfully, I have never had to deal with this myself, but I do know a few women who have been abused by their boyfriend, husband, family member, and never went to the police because they were afraid of not being believed. So I was a hardcore believe all women and went into, right? She probably has more. Let's just focus on what's there. I knew it was all set up and Heard was just doing it for fame and glory. Johnny said numerous times he doesn't get married, but here comes Heard manipulation tactics at hand trying to change his mind. This just show you never go against your instinct, and Johnny had the right. Okay, Johnny had the right to keep his boundaries up. Okay, so there's more. I don't want to go too deep into that. Okay, so there's that. Gotta love this. 100% cook her. It's people like you who actually make it harder. All right, talking about the AH. Blake is following her step, sad and ridiculous. Well, I'm not saying she's innocent or guilty. But if what I read was actually what happened, because while many things were happening on the set, okay, the movie wasn't finished yet, and the guy continuous harassing her, and then she brought her lawyer to talk to him and then have some sort of extra eyes on set when certain scenes were happening. That was to protect herself. So if she did all that steps, and then once the movie coming out and the guy jumped the gun thinking that maybe she wasn't gonna do anything, just leave it as that. Now that the movie is over, she was gonna move her separate way, I think. But he jumped the gun thinking that maybe she was gonna smear his name. And this is where things sort of all messed up, because the guy who was somewhat harassing her, allegedly, if this goes to court, we'll find the whole story, okay, allegedly, and then she tried to protect herself. So I don't know, I guess we need to be, I do not want to say she's innocent or guilty, but from what I've read so far, I think she did the right thing. Okay? But if it goes to court, more things is revealed, my mind could easily change. Okay? This is why I said allegedly. I read the thing, and when I first came across it, I was reading some tweets, and I don't think I was afraid, but I wasn't fully educated enough on the situation for me to give my opinion. But once I read the article, and there's a small video clip that came about it, and I have a better perspective of it. Now, and this is why I said, I sort of understand her. She did the right thing. But at the same time, I feel like he jumped the gun and tried to smear her name instead of wait and see what happened. But we shall see. If it goes to court, like I said, my mind could easily change. All right, let me read what's there and then move on. Blake is following her steps, said, no, I don't think so. All right, cannot wait for her to be criminally charged. It will happen one day. I still wonder about what really happened with her mom. Okay, who? Let me read this and then move on. Remember when her friend obsessed over a man versus man? I hear man, and after getting familiar with his vernacular, it's clear that not only is she telling him he won't be believed, but she's marking his vernacular too. I think that's worse. Okay, I know what this person is talking about. Because during some argument, and she was saying nobody will believe him and this or that. Go back to some of my videos. I think I sort of mentioned it. Okay, I said I was going to go into this. Okay, and her friend Logan died in the car accident she was driving in. Okay, is her mom okay? Are we waiting for said mom? Her mom passed away. Okay, I'm not sure who they're talking about. Well, that I can empathize with her, but I ain't rooting for AH. Okay, let me leave that alone. Oh, so it probably, you know what? Let's just leave that alone because I don't know who they're talking about. Next one that some people were talking about Amber Heard. This is a GIF. How come many years later she still got a lot of money to throw around for lies, but not to make good on her pledge, donation, whatever, to seriously ill children? Yeah, she did say she was gonna make some donation. I think it was to Children's Hospital of LA, I think. Who she's responding to? Okay, bed pooping abuser Amber Heard's PR is working overtime. So there they are here. They're doing it again. Why didn't she just move on? So why they doing that all over again? New Amber Heard shares a statement with NBC News about Blake's lively suit against her. This is Us co-star Justin Baldoni. Baldoni retained the same PR crisis manager that Johnny Depp did during his high-profile defamation trial against Heard in 2022. Again, this is just, what is it? I was just saying that on my last video, where someone sort of, you know, one of Meghan's haters pop up and says something like, I forgot how that tweet went, but it has to do with WME, and Baldoni was using WME as well to represent them. But now WME dropped Baldoni, and they were saying something about Meghan is in the same boat as Baldoni. I mean, they know how to switch things around completely. And I was like, WME is just a business. It represents so many people, different aspects in the entertainment business. Could be musicians, speakers, I don't know, writers, whatever, actors and things like that. So Meghan is just a client similar to Baldoni. And who else did the WME is representing? Let me see. Okay, perfect example. This is what I type on Google. List of people WME represents. First line. William Morris Endeavor, WME, represent a wide range of people, including musicians. That's the list here. And Meghan is one of many. Baldoni was one of many, but they dropped him because of the situation that happened. And for some reason, someone did that connection and put Meghan on something as if Meghan had something to do with it. My goodness. Alright, so that's that. Let's leave this alone. Let's go to the next one. Okay? My goodness. Next tweet. Another part people were talking about. Alright, let's pause. Amber Heard is a liar. Just to remind people, Dr. Curry testified to a court of law that Amber Heard lied about having PTSD. In this video, Dr. Curry breaks down what genuine people who suffer from PTSD go through. Please help spread this video. Amber Heard is a liar, a filthy liar. And I remember when she did her court thing, because she has worked with military people as well. And I remember saying, I hope Invictus will work with her and things like that. Okay, so let's listen. It's 1 minute and 38 seconds. Some people brought up the court case that happened in the UK. The one in the UK, it was pretty much against Johnny. All right, so let's listen to this.
How is evidence of PTSD generally exhibited?
So really the bottom line in a forensic psychological evaluation is a change in functioning. That's what we're looking for. Again, I said we don't have a crystal ball. We're not wizards. We can't get into somebody's head. What we're looking for were their identifiable changes in the way the person engaged in their world. Were they able to keep a job? PTSD is an extremely disabling diagnosis. When a person has true PTSD, it is difficult for them to work. You'll see unemployment, job loss. It causes extreme levels of distress and impairment. There's divorce, there's isolation and estrangement from children, from family members, extreme alcohol abuse, often a string of sudden DUIs when the person never had any before. They become homebound, they can't go to the store. They're certainly not going to events. They're not having success in their film career, usually. They're not exercising every day, pursuing their hobbies, being avid readers, obtaining level 3 sommelier training, having dinner parties with friends, speaking to public groups. Those are just indications of very high functioning. And when you're looking for a decrease in functioning over time, that is inconsistent with that decrease.
Okay, so there's that. Genuine, that's an ad. Okay, imagine that. The definition of PTSD. Dr. Curry will know why is suffering from PTSD funny. Okay, I absolutely adore Dr. Curry. She was such POV, point of view. She was such a point of view in the case and told no lies, and man, she got hurt good. Yeah, there was some that, oh my God, so many paperwork that went on into that thing. It's unbelievable. I know he spent a lot of money to prove his case. Alright, next tweet. Winona Ryder supported Johnny Depp. Penelope Cruz supported Johnny Depp. Vanessa Paradis supported Johnny Depp. That's the mother to his children, I believe that's her. Okay, Kate Moss. Okay, she appeared in court in terms of via, what is it? Satellite. How do you call this? Maybe Zoom or something like that. They had to ask her question, because she couldn't be in the court in person, so she did it online. Okay, Kate Moss supported Johnny Depp. Helena Bonham Carter. What the situation with Kate Moss? I think it was when Johnny Depp was dating Kate Moss. Something happened while they were on vacation, and then I think Johnny Depp sort of explained to AH about the situation, and then she turned it into something else. Okay, thinking that maybe Kate Moss will not come and support Johnny Depp, and she came and testified and explained how the whole situation happened. I told you guys, I followed the case. Okay, Helena Bonham Carter, Eva Green supported Johnny Depp. Okay, these are all the women who supported him. Alright, this is the mother to his children. For a minute, she looks like was it Madonna? Okay, F. Amber Heard, there's the heart, there's all of that. So let's go to the next one. Okay, 100% facts, and it make me sick. Amber Heard is a liar. I'm telling you, the internet didn't forget. Okay, so this person retweeted that. These are not squaddies, just random tweets that I picked because Amber Heard is a liar was trending after the Blake Lively situation popped up. Okay, so that was in December 23, 2024. All right, it's been 2.5 years. She lost a whole court case stating she's a liable with malice. Johnny Depp has left her alone. He even let her pay 1/10 of what she owed as a courtesy. She's gotten virtually no negative press, and yet she still needs to be the effing victim. Okay, she came back again. All right, let's pause this. How that scumbag still merit media attention is lost on me. If you look the group she was associated with in the UK, or should I say the people Johnny Depp was suing in the UK, the same group that Harry is dealing with, you'll understand. Alright, I knew she crawled out from her wine cellar the minute Blake's complaint dropped. Okay, it is called triangulation. Narcissists, especially attractive female ones, use it to get people on their side. It had worked for her entire life. She isn't going to stop. It is honestly just as pathological as her lying. Alright, so I wasn't the only one who, the minute I saw it, even though I wasn't familiar with the situation with Blake Lively, I was like, nah, there's an asterisk with hers. Okay? There's an asterisk with hers. I don't know what the Kate Lively thing was at that time. Now I'm a little bit aware. And if it goes to court, there's a possibility, like I said, I might change my mind. When proof and things back up, evidence come up, maybe it would change my mind. But for now, from what I'm aware of, what I've read, what was reported, okay, I think Blake Lively did the right thing. Okay, I can believe we have reached a point where Amber Heard deserves an apology for the way she was treated and cancelled. She is an abuser. Deal with that instead of spreading a wrong and toxic concept of feminism while all women are good no matter what. Amber Heard is a liar. Alright, this is not true. Depp sued a newspaper in the UK for calling him a wife beater, and he lost. Again, if you look at the group of people that were participating in it, and then knowing what we know now about Dan Wooten. What was reported on Dan Wooten with byline. So he had some string to pull, in my humble opinion. Okay, and then when Johnny Depp tried to appeal the case, they told him, no, you can't appeal it. Okay, you tell me how this is, and then one judge, this is the thing here, one judge, and then on the same issue as well in the UK, they were deposing, what's her name, Amber Heard. She even lied on the deposition.
I had or was about to file, or I had already filed for divorce. I wanted him to know verbally. So I was trying to reach him through a third party to tell him. When I say reach, I'm specifically saying I would like him to know information coming from me or coming from Jerry, from me, so that he finds out about the divorce filing or my intention to do so from some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
She showed us, she slipped on it. And then in the US court system, they use that same video where she slipped and lied to the deposition video in the U.S. court.
You slipped up there, didn't you, Miss Heard? You let it slip out that TMZ had been alerted to your filing of the domestic violence restraining order, didn't you?
I disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, so the one in the UK was already done with. Okay, there's no way Johnny Depp was gonna win with the type of people that were there. Then a year later, we find out how what's his name? Dan Wooten. Byline did a report how he did some recording people who he worked with and compromised position and all of that. Who knows? Maybe some of these were used, in my humble opinion, to go his way, because Johnny Depp was suing him. Johnny Depp was not suing Amber Heard, by the way, in the UK. It was the paper Johnny Depp was suing. But in the US, Johnny Depp was suing Amber Heard. Okay, this is another difference here. And then they were somewhat related. They were related in a sense that in the UK, where Dan Wooten wrote the piece that Johnny Depp is a wife beater. Okay, which make reference to as Johnny Depp beating Amber Heard. But in the US, she did not mention his name on the op-ed. It's a Washington Post. So in the op-ed in the Washington Post, it was very well crafted, mentioning she is a domestic, what was the term she used? Was it a public figure representing domestic abuse? That was the premises for the defamation. Because of that, Johnny Depp sued her, saying that he never put a finger on her. And if you follow the case, different people come in to testify, and you have Kate Moss who, whatever, to clarify certain things that Amber Heard had accused, and people who work for Johnny Depp, went and testified and things like that. So that was they were somewhat related, and Johnny Depp was suing two different group of people, two different countries. In the UK, Johnny Depp was suing, MGN, the newspaper that Dan Wooten wrote for, and I think Dan Wooten was named in the lawsuit, and also, and then the difference in the US, it was the wife, the ex-wife that he was suing. No papers, none of that, because she went on and write and continue with the same narrative that the wife beater. Now she's saying that because the paper, Dan Wooten and the paper won in the UK, and perhaps she thought because she wrote it very well crafted without naming anybody, but made reference to in the op-ed that she's a domestic a figure that representing domestic abuse. Okay, this is why some of the people are so upset with her, but that she's using a cause that she wasn't even abused because Johnny Depp cleared his name. Okay, but it's so much more. Go back and watch. But the difference is two different countries and different set of people that Johnny Depp was suing. The only thing that remained the same is that Johnny Depp was suing the papers, and Johnny Depp was suing his ex-wife. They were related. Okay, the sort of idiot who still support her thinks all women are good and all men are bad, and there is no convincing otherwise because they are bigots, plain and simple. They aren't because they're extremists. Social media are full of women who are verbally violent toward men in a very extreme way. Let me pause this. Okay, very extreme way, and they do not accept any other opinion rather than y'all are bad. And I don't know, maybe some people, but I don't think so. And what was the fragrant company that despite all the negativity that was going on around Johnny Depp, What's the name of the fragrance? I think it's this one that he made the commercial for. Let's see. If there's a music, I'm not even gonna play it. Yeah, there's a me. So there was one company that kept him, employ him while all the negative, because they believed him. So I'm not all women. I saw the thing that was happening. I like to see the truth. Okay, next tweet. And this is my last one regarding Amber Heard. I stand with Johnny Depp. Please don't hate Amber Heard because she's a woman. Okay, she's a woman. Okay, people don't hate Amber because she's a woman. People hate Amber because she's a liar and disrespect real victims of domestic violence. That's part of it as well. Okay, I know you, where, there's that. So you rather support a violent abuser. You could simply say you don't agree with either of them, but supporting Depp when he's shown violent behavior. Okay, that violent behavior he was showing, he was hitting an object. You know what was the object? A freaking cabinet. Okay, he was angry but hitting cabinet. This was shown in court. And then meanwhile, she was instigating and recording it and then submitted to TMZ. That was one of the things that TMZ was called for. Not TMZ. Well, TMZ was trying to stop Jermaine, whatever, that producer. Okay? But the court allowed him to come and speak. All right? So that was talk about in court. Throwing things and insulting her while drunk is hypocritical. Okay. Throwing things but not hurting. There's some people, okay, I do not want to make excuse for Johnny Depp or anybody who's in that type of mindset. If you have someone who consistently instigating, okay, stirring the pot, making him angry. Meanwhile, he's trying to get away. There was videos where he literally told his security or his driver to get her away from him. Okay? To get her away from him. But she continued, and in other instances, instigating him. At some point, I'm surprised he didn't really hate her. Not hate her. But when it got to a point where maybe if he had the I guess he did, but he restrained himself. His heading cabinet, okay, at his house, but the woman was smiling and trying to fix the camera to make sure the camera capture him hitting the cabinet, and hoping that instead of hitting the cabinet, he will hit her, because this is what she was looking for. And then went to file things in the courthouse, and then called TMZ to come and get pictures at a certain angle on her face. Go to my last video. I'm not gonna put the video again. Okay, I shared that on one of the videos that I recorded. Okay, so it's not every woman who's just stand with women. There's so much more to it. As long there is reasoning, proof, evidence that could back up certain things, this is what I'm all for. Okay, but anyway, that's all I have regarding Amber Heard. So now the next video that I'm gonna do is gonna talk about Netflix, and I'm gonna start with a video that sort of highlight what the movie is about. Okay, I'm gonna pause really quickly. Okay, so I'm gonna pause here, and that's it. Okay, in the next video I will be talking about 688. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.